It's playtime with the Sleepyboys.
How you doing in there, Valentine? Feeling hungry? Want a snack? Keep talking, me.
Oh, go wake up, put your toes in the water and go pee-pee.
Oh, don't do that.
God, it makes me so sad to hear that you might have the Rona.
Well, I mean, we're just over a week into this and none of us have symptoms.
Well, that's good.
So, and Jasmine went and got tested. So, pretty much, anytime you hear anything that's like, oh, test for everybody kind of stuff, everybody can get tested, that's all a lie. They're only testing people who have symptoms.
Oh, I see.
So if you don't have symptoms, you're not getting a test.
Damn. Well,
yeah.
Fuck, that sucks.
Yeah. So Jasmine was able to get a test purely because of the fact that she's a vet tech and they need her to have a negative test before she can come back.
And they just don't give a fuck about you, do they?
I mean, I'm sure if I was like, I work at the hospital and I need it, that they would give me one. But my thought process is, I mean, if Jasmine comes back negative, I'm pretty sure I am too.
Yeah. So how have you been aside from being potentially sick?
I had an emotional breakdown when it first happened.
Right.
It was super awkward because I was making a flatbread and I fell onto the floor crying.
Oh,
and my mom and dad heard me crying and came and just, it was a serious heart-to-heart. So,
dude, I feel you. I honestly can't even imagine, like, hearing that. Like, I told you that there's a really good chance that my older sister may have had the COVID, like, right when before it was even, like, a big thing.
Right.
So, like, back in, I think it was December, we were in San Diego. Yeah, it was definitely December. We were in San Diego for Christmas, and she got, like, really sick on Christmas Day. And everyone just assumed it was the flu because at that time, COVID wasn't, like, a thing.
Right.
But, like, looking back, like, the symptoms that she had were very much COVID symptoms.
And how long did they last?
Oh, they lasted, like, a couple of weeks.
I would almost immediately assume she had it. Not going to joke. So, because there are a lot of people, like my grandparents are like, oh, we totally had it. We think we had it because they went on a cruise and stuff.
Yeah.
And then they came back and they had, like, the full-on loss of taste and stuff. And
well, I mean, let's be real.
It only lasted a couple days for them, and we're like, I don't think you had it if it lasted a couple days.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a weird fucking time. I'll tell you what, man.
Yeah, it's been crazy. I'm very much okay with people getting a glimpse into my mental health.
Hey, people. That's what my YouTube channel is for, man. Everyone gets to see my mental health.
Yeah, it's just screaming.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
But yeah, no, we've been, my family, we've been all together. We've been on my mom has us on a crazy vitamin regimen, twice a day.
Is it garlic and blueberries?
No, it's not.
So what you're saying is your family's not crazy?
Oh, I never said that.
Ah, okay.
No, we've been taking zinc, vitamin B, vitamin B and vitamin D. Wait, vitamin B? No, vitamin C. I don't know. We're taking like 3 different pills.
You're taking the alphabet. Gotcha.
Yeah, taking the alphabet twice a day. Mom and they've got us drinking the Schweppes tonic water because it's got that quinine in it. So yeah. I'd say that's maybe, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know if it works or not. I don't know. All I know is I'm doing what my mom and dad have been having us do to make everybody feel better. And if it works, sure.
Hey, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, at least you're...
I found out, though, and this turns out as a hot topic button in this family. I am the only one that is just like, wow, tonic water tastes really good. And everyone else is looking at me like, what is wrong with you? This stuff is terrible.
What are you, a fucking alcoholic?
Maybe. I do love a good gin and tonic. But, I had no idea that I just really like... See, here's the thing with gin and tonics. When you're drinking them, you don't realize that the tonic water has a similar flavor that works along with the gin. So, it's not like a rum and coke or something, or even a vodka cranberry or whatnot, where you're like, oh, I can definitely taste the different levels of this. The two flavors blend so perfectly together. So I'm just sitting there taking some sips of tonic water. I'm like, oh my, this is so refreshing. This is citrusy and good. I like this.
Here's the thing, though, is if you're making a rum and coke correctly, you shouldn't be able to tell that there's rum in there. And that's not to say, like, oh, I'm only going to put a little touch of rum. No, I'm talking use the right kind of rums. You can't even tell. Like, if you use...
like your clear rums.
If you use, like, coconut rum in your fucking rum and cokes, you can't tell there's any alcohol. And let me tell you.
Especially that, but like you're talking like Malibu.
Yeah.
That stuff just blends into whatever you put in.
I think that shit blends into whatever you're drinking. And let me tell you, there has been many a nights where I'm sipping on my rum and coke, and I'm like, man, I can't taste anything. And I'll give it to my brother-in-law, who also drinks quite enough of amounts. And he sniffs it. And he's like, dude, this is fucking mostly rum. Are you kidding me? And I'm like, dude, I can't fucking taste anything. So yeah,
you bit through your tongue. You don't even realize it because you're just so hammered.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I will say I did throw together this really great, because we're all just, I mean, we're not leaving the house and whatnot. We're, just chilling out at my parents, and I mean, we're all just making drinks and stuff together, and I felt inspired because my parents have a very nice assortment of everything. And so I was running around just making drinks for everybody, and I just ended up making this giant pitcher full of punch. And essentially what it is, I've got it was Malibu, grapefruit vodka, limes, mandarin juice, and then club soda.
Jesus Christ. So you made a very alcoholic Sprite.
Yeah, I did. It kind of was.
You'll have to send me the recipe for that. That sounds like something...
It was really good. You will like it.
That sounds like something I could definitely put on my YouTube channel as me doing a taste test for.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so we initially, like, even our intro talks about how, like, this is going to be, like, somewhat geeky, nerdy podcast type stuff. And I don't think we've actually talked about anything geeky, nerdy.
True. We're kind of I think we call it that because you and I are both geeky and nerdy.
Yeah.
But realistically speaking, I mean, if anything, this is just two friends having a conversation about life.
Yeah. There is something I've been wanting to talk about for a bit,
Okay.
We've got the upcoming Black Widow movie, which has been postponed quite a bit because of obvious things.
Now?
Yeah, something like that.
Cool.
But there's still one could argue one of the original Avengers that still hasn't gotten his own fucking movie, and I'm still pissed about it.
Hawkeye?
No, he's getting his own TV show. He doesn't count.
Oh, that's right.
No, I'm talking about fucking War Machine. James Rhodes appeared before Natasha did. Mm-hmm. I mean, given it was a different James Rhodes, but we're not going to talk about that just yet.
He did a really good job.
He did. I'll give him that. But I prefer Don Cheadle.
Oh, well, I prefer Don Cheadle over just about anybody.
Yeah. I would prefer Don Cheadle as Iron Man, even.
Yeah, I'd be cool with that.
But anyway, I'm still so fucking pissed off that War Machine has not gotten his own movie yet. Like, they haven't even talked about doing a TV series for him.
Well, I mean, they just released the first line. We haven't gotten a single Disney Plus show yet. Like, realistically speaking, they're supposed to come out. We know they're coming out, but we haven't gotten them.
Right. We haven't gotten them yet.
The thing is, we're going to get. I wouldn't be surprised if Don Cheadle War Machine ends up in the Falcon Winter Soldier at some point.
Right, and that would be awesome. Don't get me wrong. What I'm getting at is, like, we've got Falcon and Winter Soldier have their own show, and going forward, there's probably going to be a Captain America movie with them both in it again. We've got Black Widow getting her own movie, which not undeserved. She should have had a movie years ago.
Agreed.
Wanda's getting her own show. Loki's getting his own show. You know, basically everybody's getting their own shit except for War Machine.
True.
He is, honestly, I find him to be just as interesting as any of the other characters, but they're still just giving him the shaft, man.
I mean, for now, it very much feels that way. But who knows? They could end up... We don't know what they have planned for War Machine moving forward.
That's true.
So, who knows? I don't think that it's someone that they've forgotten about.
Fucking better not.
No, I don't think they've forgotten about him at all. I mean, somebody... Moving forward, there's gotta be some Iron Man in some way, shape, or form. And I wouldn't be surprised if we end up... I firmly believe that we're going to get a Riri Williams at some point.
Well, we've also got Rescue, and...
But she's not going to do Rescue.
No, not at all.
The fact that we saw Gwyneth as Rescue at all was amazing.
Yeah, I think that I really hope that they use... I really hope they use Morgan in some way.
I mean, maybe. We don't know.
Yeah.
It would end up having to be further along in the MCU timeline.
Well, yeah, obviously. Like would be really cool is if we could get a Young Avengers movie, or at least a movie or a series or something. You know, finally.
If we get anything Young Avengers, I guarantee you it's going to come through Disney Plus.
Right, and I can live with that. I can live with Young Avengers being on Disney Plus.
You know what I'm the most upset about?
What?
Is that this West Coast Avengers thing still has not come out.
What West Coast Avengers thing?
With Squirrel Girl.
You mean Great Lakes Avengers?
Yeah, well, so yes, it is supposed to... I don't remember if it was called Great Lakes.
No, I'm sorry. It was New Warriors.
New Warriors, that's it. Where the hell is that? What happened?
Yo, I completely forgot about that.
I know. I completely forgot about it until just now.
Also, New Mutants. That was supposed to come out last year.
It's still supposedly coming out.
We'll see.
And I know this because they keep releasing the trailer and saying, "Look, new trailer." I'm like, that's the same one that you released a year ago.
Hey, here's an idea. Just give us the fucking movie.
Yeah, give it.
Well, give it to me.
It was supposed to come out, I think, in November or early October. Yeah. And then this whole COVID thing happened, and so then they pushed Black Widow back to November, thus bumping New Mutants from that spot.
Of course. Oh, fuck.
Which
whatever.
I don't think... look, people are going to be so hungry to go back to the movies once this is done with. That I honestly believe that if you put two movies out, staggered it within a couple weeks of each other, I don't think they'd see that much of a loss.
Oh, absolutely not. I definitely think that people will be going
to tell me I can come back, and I'm just going to throw money at the building.
Just not even go to the movie, just throw the money right at the building and leave?
Yeah.
That sounds like an awesome plan. Oh God! Like when they first released the trailer for New Mutants back in 2018, I was super excited for it.
I remember we watched it together and we were super stoked.
I was so fucking excited for it. But yeah, so the fact that we're still waiting for this movie, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not nearly as excited as I was when I first heard about it. You know.
Well, I think when it finally comes. The movie finally getting a release, I'll be excited about it again. Because right now, at this point, I'm just kind of like, cool. Hopefully it comes out. I'll just wait. I can't spend any more time being excited about the movie. Just because every time it gets close to it coming out, they're like, oh, we gotta push it back. Oh, dang it.
Yeah.
Stop being a tease.
Just put it in already.
Here we go.
But yeah, like it's been a long wait, and I honestly feel like it's been like not unfair because like obviously there's reason. Well, actually no, you know what? It's been a bit unfair because they were pushing back New Mutants even before this pandemic happened.
Well, they kept pushing it back because of the buyout.
I helped Carl.
Yeah. Yeah, which I get. I get it. It makes sense. Whatever the fuck. But like, you know what's gonna really fucking suck is if they just like, yeah, we're gonna be pushing it back until we get our first X-Men movie in the MCU, and then we'll just make this one canon to the MCU.
Oh god.
But like on the flip, like I'm glad that they're waiting to like till we can see it in theaters because like it's a horror. It's gonna be a superhero horror film, which you need to see in theaters.
That's what the original thing was saying, but who knows with. Well, I'm just worried if the movie's going to be into that.
That sounds like
I just don't know how much it's been changed at this point.
Right.
None of us do. So,
it depends on the circumstance.
because I know they also did have rewrites.
Yeah, that's true. So.
But I'm sure what ended up happening is whatever rewrites they ever did, I'm sure it was because they wanted it to fit better into the MCU.
Which I genuinely don't have a complaint about, because if this is something that's going to be considered canon in the MCU, that'd be dope, you know?
Right.
Be like the last X-Men film, the first X-Men film in the MCU would be great.
Right.
Although it'd be weird to have the New Mutants come before the X-Men.
But would it though? I don't think so. If you did it in a way...
If you did it in a way that made sense, that'd be one thing, but then it wouldn't make sense for it to be called The New Mutants.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would.
Actually, you know what? Thinking about it like as a meta thing, yeah, it does make sense, I guess.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. Because even Wanda and Quicksilver in the MCU were not called mutants.
Nope, they're just called the Enhanced.
Yeah, or miracles.
Also, on the topic of Wanda and Quicksilver, have you heard that they've announced that Evan Peters is going to be in the MCU going forward?
I did hear that.
And here's the thing is, I don't care if he's playing Quicksilver or not.
I
But
hope
like,
his Quicksilver in the X-Men movies was the best part of those movies.
don't get me wrong, Aaron Taylor Johnson is a phenomenal actor. I've seen him in several things, and I thought he did a great job. I did not like what they did to his Quicksilver.
Why?
I didn't like it. I
liked it.
It just didn't work for me. And like here's the thing is like, yes, the MCU tends to be a bit darker than most superhero films, you know, but there's still that element of fun. But Aaron Taylor Johnson's didn't have a lot of fun, you know?
Wait, the MCU didn't have wasn't a darker, the X-Men movies were.
Right, no, I'm not saying, no, I'm saying like yes, the X-Men films tend to be darker than the MCU films do.
Okay.
But like the MCU is still a darker, like it doesn't have that campy shit that you felt from superhero movies of like the 90s, you know?
Well, yeah. But I mean, I'd say that the MCU lines up very much with the mood of the comics.
Right, and I think that's phenomenal.
Which is what the original older movies missed out on.
Right, and I absolutely agree.
Not enough legitimate comic book feel, like comic book heart.
Right, and I definitely agree that the MCU has done a much better job of that. But more what I'm saying is like the Quicksilver that we got, given we only saw him for like probably about 30 minutes of screen time total.
Maybe
he didn't feel like Quicksilver to me, you know? Like, I've read the comics, like, some of my favorite comics were actually that period of the Avengers. I think it was actually when he was part of the West Coast Avengers, where Quicksilver was a lot more like, I don't know, like he was more of a free spirit. This Quicksilver just felt very broody to me, whereas, like, I honestly feel like...
One?
No. Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Oh, okay, yes.
So the X-Men version, in my opinion, is phenomenal. I think
Oh,
that.
that's what I'm talking about. The X-Men version's the version that I love the most.
I'm sorry. I feel like there was
I
some
wasn't
miscommunication.
No, sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't clear enough. I wasn't crazy about what they did with him in the MCU. I loved what they did with him in the X-Men movies.
Continue.